and stuff like that, and I did bits of Sound of Music,
Yeah.
and I also had Jimmy Shand, which is like Scottish doo-dee-doo-dee-dee-dee-dee, where I took the place by storm.
Yeah.
And within a matter of hours after, I had another somebody phoned, and will you do our club? And my second club was Hendon Valley Road, you know, and it just started from there on. And it got to a point I was working practically every night of the week, just playing records to elderly people. And to be quite honest, that's where I started to learn my trade as a disc jockey.
Yeah.
Because then I was having to entertain, and I was learning things myself
Yeah.
that probably nobody else knew. I was learning myself how to entertain, how to keep everybody happy.
Yeah.
You know, and to be quite honest, for it, God, I must have worked practically every over 60 club in the North East.
Well, I remember you doing Pally in primary school.
Oh, I did Pally in primary school. Don't forget that your grandma Harley was a leader of it. But I did Pally in primary. But it was through that I was getting to find that people that I didn't know was getting to know me.
Yeah.
And when you get the likes of BBC Radio in Newcastle, then how the hell do you know me? And like I got to know Frank Wappert, and Frank Wappert said, Kevin, what you don't seem to understand is that you're quite famous throughout the North East. And I think, you're joking. And like, it's not till you get to know a fella like Frank Wappert, and he knows you.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a hell of a write-up in the South Tyneside Gazette. And I was asking, well, how the hell does he know me? He comes in and visits, and you know, that's how you know.
So at what point did you start doing hospital radio?
I did.
How long did you do hospital radio for?
Oh, I did it for about 5 years. I'll tell you how it came about, because somebody saw me work, and it was a fella called Ken Mackenzie, and he went on to be one of the chief know-hows at Metro Radio. In fact, he became head of the advertising department. And I got to know Ken Mackenzie through my music, and I was sort of semi-involved with hospital radio at the time. And what happened was the nurses had a Christmas party at Ryop, and Ken said, would you like to come along? And so I just come along, you know, not to do anything, just to come along.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, I'll come, I've been invited by this Ken Mackenzie. And mind you, well, was a big noise in the field of, you know, discourse at the time. He was a big noise. Anyway, I went along to Ryop, and halfway through the night, Ken says, would you like to take over? Now, it's all his gear. Would you like to take over?
Yeah.
Well, I took over and took the place by storm. And you see, the funny part about it was I was entertaining the over 60 clubs, but I was doing stuff at the over 60 clubs I dare say I would like to do for the young kids.
Yeah.
Now, hang about, the nurses at the hospital were pretty young, and I started experimenting with stuff I was doing for the old folk that I could get away with the young nurses. And basically speaking, it was like the Grand, well, not the Grand Old Duke of York, but the Eva three-step. And this is all old time stuff, this is all old time.
So how, like, if you were in hospital back then, right, how did you listen to the radio? Like, was it just broadcasting the ceilings of the flipping hospital, or what? Or did you...
I think I was lucky. I think I did what I thought was right. I wasn't listening to anybody. It was just stuff I learnt.
No, what I'm saying is, how do patients listen to you?
Oh, well, the hospital broadcast was on the thing. It was after I'd done the nurses that this Ken Mackenzie said to me, I think it's about time you joined hospital radio. And you came and you started broadcasting on radio.
Was it actually on like medium wave, or was it just
Oh,
you
no,
plug
no,
a pair
it
of headphones in
It
the
was
wall?
wired headphones. It was wired throughout the whole system.
Right, got you.
And that's...
So did the hospital radio broadcast 24 hours a day?
No.
Oh, you-
Well, it actually, funny enough, it did, because they taped it. They used to leave a tape on.
right, okay.
It used to be recorded
Yeah.
for about 3 or 4 hours, and then they used to put it on a tape, and then it used to automatically broadcast during.
So say what you did was what? You did what, an hour or something? Or?
Yeah, an hour.
Alright.
But it used to do that. Well, then I ended up at the Mecca. So not only was I DJ at the Mecca, but this idea of working old stuff to the old age pensioners, I thought, I can do this in a nightclub.
Yeah.
And all the kids are doing the bloody stuff that the old folk do. Now doing the Eva 3-step. The kids. I was starting to do it for the kids.
Yeah.
And I was talking them around how to do it.
Yeah. So I've no idea what you're talking about there.
Yeah, yeah. But like, the beauty about it was, I crossed over a bridge to do the same thing, and the kids were doing it. And I said, right, get your partners with Daft Cardigan. Mind, I mean, you had to be blooming half paid, like. You know, the kid, which by the time you get to 2 o'clock in the morning, like, they were half paid. And I mean, the Mecca, I mean, without a shadow of a doubt, nobody ever touched me again. I remember one night working 3,500 people in one nightclub.
Yeah.
You they wouldn't even allow that, did you?
Yeah.
You know, but we had the jackpot. And it was, but mind, it was Christmas Eve. I mean, you don't normally do it on an ordinary night.
Yeah.
But they told me it was 3,500 people in one nightclub. And to be quite honest, it was, I mean, I was over the moon, like, but it was just me that everybody knew what I was going to do. And it got that good or bad or whatever the case may be. Even the band, they had a resident band on, right? And they...
Ooh,
That's
it.
Ooh,
Stop.
got to start again.
I know that's the next half hour done. Flipping out. No, been talking an hour already.
Good. So I've got to shut up.
Dear me.